KingSithis is now live streaming World of Warcraft. This game took over my life.
How you guys all doing? KingSithis here, back at it with another live stream. Just logging into my TikTok real quick so I could get the chats from there too. And then I'll be good. What the hell? Let me check something real quick.
C.
Oh, so everything's fine. Okay. Whatever. Let's check out my paladin. I haven't played World of Warcraft in mad long. So, on this server, this is my Lordaeron server. The Lordaeron private server. I have not played on it in a long time. So, let's look at my bag. It's like, oh. Yeah. Let's look at my armors. Nothing really new or good that I have. Let's jump into a dungeon and see. Oh, 1 gold and a satchel of helpful goods. Let's see how fast I can find a dungeon. But honestly, it's been a long time since I've actually just played video games. Where I just played World of Warcraft and not debated anyone. I kind of wanted to test something out, test out my new donation pages. I have some new donation pages. So if you guys want to check that out, you guys are more than welcome. If you guys want to donate to the cause, of course, you're more than welcome to do that. Obviously, you don't have to, but it always helps. But yeah, now I have like 3 different donation links. So you could donate through PayPal, Venmo. You know, all of these ways in which you can help me out. And I have a way in which you can actually donate in which it actually shows up on the live stream, which is also good. So as of right now, I'm kind of just waiting. For my character to get to... I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, he's flying over here. Or over here. I actually have no active quests. I actually don't know why I'm over here. Oh, the reason why I'm flying over here is to finish the quests here. It looks like we have a damage, a tank, but damage, tank healer, and... a tank healer and a damage, but we just need 1 more damage and then we're good to go. So hopefully we'll find somebody fast. You know? Also have chats on so that if somebody chats with me or says anything in the chats, like, you know, I will, it'll read it out loud. Just test that out real quick.
Yeah.
Yep, it does work. Which... So, yeah. Is there a way I could turn off all these repeatable quests? I'm gonna turn those off for now. Okay, yeah, we are going over here. And over here is where the Scarlet Enclave is at, right? Alright, so it looks like we got a couple quests here. So...
I am honored.
Hello, adventurer. Please excuse me as I am having a conversation with Rimblat. He believes that even this land is not beyond saving. I make a special type of armor for the brave heroes that enter Nax from us, known as Dreamwalker. They are able to provide me with most of the materials I require, but I'm always looking for those able to retrieve savage fronds from the flora of our world. You may think of this job as beneath you, but without the fronds, the armor could not be made. I am also in a unique position to pay you with an insignia of your choice, as both the Dawn and the Crusade supply me with funds.
Hell yeah, let's go. Just as I cleared my inventory too, which is good. But while I'm here, might as well... Oh, never mind. Alright, let's do this. Ugh. Sorry, I'm gonna have to leave the party because it seems like everybody left. I just realized, I need to turn on stuff. Bartender, there we go. Much, much better.
Wait, Classic Wrath is still around? I thought Mob Classic was the current one.
You were wrong. Just kidding, I'm playing on a private server. Playing Warmane. Oh, yeah. I need, okay, I got that one. Just making sure I have all my spells before I get out there. His greater blessing. I need Symbol of King. Now, where do I get that? Symbol of King. I actually don't.
Oh nice, I'm still recovering from the loss of TWW. Might look into this one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, me too. Honestly, I really loved Turtle WoW a lot. I played a lot of hours in it. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really disappointed to see it go. I liked it a lot. I don't have that one spinning ability yet. No, it doesn't look like it. I'm gonna need to get a few things, but while I'm here, I might as well grab all the quests.
I'm really a very nice person once you get to know me. Don Julio's bonus size armor pattern requires bone fragments. A lot of bone fragments. While those crazy enough to venture into Naxxramas provide
forgot I had
enough of the core materials to make
add-on
the
on.
armor, I'm always looking for more Scourge bone fragments. So what do you think? Interested in getting your hands dirty and destroying some Scourge at the same time? It's a win-win situation. How would you like to earn yourself one of these shiny coins? I've got a little problem that you might be able to help me with, adventurer.
Then where is it?
See,
Eastern
I make
Plaguelands?
Cryptstalker armor for those daft enough to venture into Naxxramas. While they supply me with the core material requirements for the armor, I always run out of the Crypt Fiend parts. Bring me back a bundle of parts and I'll pay you with an insignia, usable at the quartermaster.
Greetings, adventurer.
Find Crypt Fiend parts.
I pay those under my
Pry
employ with
core of
insignias.
elements.
These insignias can be used at the quartermaster to purchase items of power. All I need you to do is bring me as many core of elements as you can carry. The more, the better. You'll find them on elementals of varying shapes and sizes that exist across our world.
Have you ever seen Dreadnought armor, adventurer? No, of course you haven't. You're still a boy, a tyke. Let me tell you, it is glorious. You're probably asking yourself what any of this has to do with you, right?
There.
I'll tell you what, Scrub. I need dark iron scraps, and I'm willing to pay to get my hands on as many as possible. I need the scraps to put together sets of Dreadnought for
I
our
don't see where
champions.
I'm supposed to
Bring
find
me
these.
scraps and get paid.
I look at my undeath as a malady person, an illness that merely requires treatment. However, it is also a great blessing for the Argent Dawn. What better vessel to smite the heathens of the Scourge than through the undead? I am revered by my colleagues because of the sacrifices I have made. But the accolades mean nothing to me.
Greetings.
If you are interested in assisting the Argent
Hi, you're a
Dawn,
tall one.
then a job I can offer.
Hey,
Venture to Strathholm
seeing you.
and recover our surplus of holy water. Search the supply crates.
Okay, but I'm not really sure where. Okay,
To
gotcha.
do a little demolition work for him. Smokey's mammy ain't raised no dummy. When gold coin is slapped on the table, Smokey's services are available. That's my motto. Now, I'd be willing to split.
Bro,
the
I
commission
debated
with you
First
if you
Amender
do the
LMAO. I
legwork.
cooked him to get the
Here's
lick back for
deal.
you.
I'm going to head over to Plague.
Lick back? That dude lost. He's trying to say that I lost that debate?
You gather the components for the bombs. Meet back
I don't know what you're
here
talking
when
about.
You've got everything. Deal?
Many of the defenders fell at the Battle of Darrowshire, and many roam against the ghastly servants of the Scourge to find these poor souls and end their misery. Hunt cannibals, gibberish.
Nah, I'm JS trolling you.
Many of these
You won.
fiends were once the good folk of Darrowshire.
Hell yeah,
And
you better
destroying
say
their
that,
forms now will set their
'cause-
souls free. You will find them in Plaguewood and Corin's Crossing, and in other Scourge strongholds of Eastern Plaguelands.
But I got him to admit that taxation can be theft.
It can be. Well, I mean, it is theft. That's good, bro. Keep pushing the good work out. Keep pushing the.
But YK
doing
in
the
his
good
head,
work.
that mental barrier is huge.
Keep up the good work, man. Arc Spirit freed.
Are you on Discord, RN?
Nah, why do you want to hop in and talk? No,
Nah,
don't
I can't,
do it,
RN.
man. Let me be.
You'll see how long I stay up, TN.
Hi.
What is this person doing? Yeah, I can't queue for another dungeon because I just queued for one, and yeah. Bone fragments? Okay, so I'm guessing I just gotta kill things like this. What does that attack do? Okay, so that's like an AoE sort of attack. Exorcism always does the most damage. Oh, so I have to talk to them? I can't just kill it and then walk away? Oh. Alright, I'm gonna go back and go to the other server because the other server has like way more people. Maybe I should work on my max level character. What do I even do at max level? I don't even know. I guess we're gonna find out. Just gonna have to watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Ah, shit. There we go, much better. Alright. I have one quest here that I know I have to do. And I am 7 times XP. I'm at level 74. I'm gonna find a dungeon. See how long it takes. Oh. All right. Excuse me. So I have 7 times XP on. So that makes you level up like way faster. You don't really have to do as much quests. But I really like my armor that I have on right now. My character's armor is super badass. Let's go just a little bit faster. I probably need some glyphs, right? Definitely need some glyphs. Let's see. Emblem of Triumph. What is an emblem of triumph? Guessing I can't use my griffin here. Man, this game's beautiful. Literally beautiful. Gotcha, I gotcha. See. Damn, my character looks fucking badass. A traveler bag? Oh, fucking yeah. Take one of those. Nice. Traveler bag. There's nothing like some old school World of Warcraft music. This quest is a little bit tedious, not gonna lie. right, one more. Delicious. I did an exorcism. It was good for the country. Let's see my build real quick.
Are you on Discord?
Nah, not right now. Why? Wanna hang?
Was wanting to join.
I'll pop in my my Discord, okay?
Sounds good.
I just spent. God damn it. Oh, hey, what's up, Tax?
How you doing?
How are you? I'm live streaming.
Oh, alright. What server are we in?
This is my server, KingSithis Discord.
Oh, alright. See, when I join stuff, I never know what server I'm in because I do it from my phone and it just shows me, you know, if I open Discord at the, like, above my messages and stuff, it just shows me, like, chats that I have a friend in, and it doesn't say what server it is.
You just popped in because you saw me in here and...
Yeah.
Cool.
So I say what's up. So you're sitting in here all lonely?
Yeah, I popped in because I was waiting for Edward here, and now he's joined.
Alright, you want to hear something kind of crazy?
Okay. I mean, yeah.
A little weird. Me and Danks are getting married.
No way. Wait, what?
Yeah?
Wow, that's good for you, man.
Yeah?
That's good. That's it?
What do you mean that's it?
Oh.
I don't know, I thought that was kind of cool.
That's cool, man. I hope it lasts.
I think it will. Well, I guess fucking everybody says that when they are getting married, you know?
Yep. That's good. I'm not getting married anytime soon.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
I am talking
I did it
to
before.
someone, but that's it.
It was cool last time.
Well, I hope it works out, man. Hope it all works out.
You said you're talking to someone right now?
Yeah. But,
Oh, that's cool. What's his name?
you don't want to know, trust. He's really gay.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Why? What?
I'm just joking, bro. It's not any man. I'm not gay. I'm not gay.
Hey, look, I'm not judging. Fine, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's 2026.
I
It's
have
perfectly
relationships
okay,
with
dude.
women and sex with men.
I remember when I was 14, I had a friend named Carlos who barely spoke English, and at that high school, my nickname was Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Flacco, you are not gay, but your boyfriend, yes."
Wow. I'm guessing you guys want to debate people?
Well, yeah, but I mean, are there going to be stater tots that join in your server?
No, we're gonna have to join a different one. Like the politics and religion
Okay.
one. That'll have much more people. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
All right. William, do you know where we're going? Do you want to? You know where we're going. I know you've joined, right?
You said politics and religion
Yeah.
server.
Mm-hmm.
I assume we asked ANCAP's channel.
Mm-hmm. Or talk to ANCAPs, yeah.
Why did you talk to?
Yeah.
You spoke to William like he's 5 years old. William, do you know where we're going? Or like he's fucking 95.
No, I didn't mean to put it like that. I wasn't trying to talk to him like
That's how
that.
people talk to someone
take
who's
it
either
like that. I
5
didn't
or
take it like
95.
Nah, I didn't. I wasn't. I wasn't trying to be.
William,
Condescending.
do you know where we're going?
Anyways, I'm going
that's
create
like
a room right now. All right. Oh my goodness. Here we go.
Crap, William must have got lost. He didn't know where we're going.
Shit balls. I guess we're fucked.
Hello, esteemed comrades.
Howdy, God
What's up,
gift.
comrade?
My fellow anarcho-capitalists.
Oh, you're an ANCAP now.
Well, then what the fuck are we going to debate about?
Well, yeah, I'm an anarchist that believes in capitalism. I'm not an ANCAP, though.
How the fuck does that not
What?
make you an
That's the
ANCAP?
same thing.
That's what an ANCAP is.
There's some, like, very basic, like, concepts I don't really agree with, but it's, like, against TOS, so I'm not going to go into it here.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
wait, what? Can you give a hint? I have no, you're against the state and you support capitalism. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? That's what an ANCAP is. Correct me if I'm wrong. So
I
yours?
out of respect for KingSithis' YouTube channel, I'm just not going to elaborate.
Yeah. Maybe we
all I
shouldn't
can
push too
think of-
far then. Maybe we shouldn't push too far, honestly.
This is true.
all I can think of is that like you're racist or something. But what?
No, and
Technically-
I'm assuming it has to do with children. Okay.
I've been hearing like terrible slander about you said this. I don't know if it's true. I don't think it's true, but
Bro, people
I've
are always
heard-
gonna lie about me.
I know I've never heard you say this, but Dark has been saying. Dark's I want to say he's my friend, but an associate. But he's been saying that if you have an infant, right, you can do anything you want with an infant. And you know what he means by that. Have you said that?
No,
What the fuck?
obviously not.
Okay.
No.
Wait
in
a
my
minute,
I'm gonna go in very deep into that conversation because we were having a conversation about what makes a person and what person, like,
Yeah.
and there are some people who make the argument that before consciousness hits the body, we don't consider that thing to be a person, right? And that was the argument that I was making. And generally, like, before 20 to 24 weeks within the womb, the baby doesn't have a conscious experience at all. It hasn't developed it at all. So therefore, before those 24 weeks, I don't give it the same moral consideration as like a baby at that point. You know what I mean? That was the only argument that I was making, and then he stretched it to something way farther than, you know what I mean?
That is very different. But I was going to say that, literally speaking, if you have an infant, this is not a moral statement, just a practical statement. You can do whatever you want to them. You're definitely going to be able to overpower the infants. I've never seen an infant that can hold their own in a fight to any degree.
In a literal sense, yes. But we're talking from a ANCAP legal perspective. That's what he was asking me from that point of view. That's like what he was asking.
You're actually confused. Have you seen the movie Boss Baby? That Boss Baby guy, he takes on adults, okay?
So yeah, he kind of took that and was like, oh, so if a person is before they're let's say you have a person that is like retarded or something, that means that you could just rape them. And I was just like, no, like that's
retarded people are still. My brother's retarded. Retarded
you know
people are still having a
he was trying to stretch that shit way because he was trying to be bad faith as fuck. So, but like, have you ever heard the consciousness argument, God's gift, at all? Like, or like abortion argument? God's gift? I don't know if you're still there.
Yeah, I've heard multiple arguments related to abortion and consciousness. I'm not sure what you're referring to in particular.
Yeah, so basically the idea is that before they develop consciousness, we don't give them the same moral respect as a person that does have full consciousness, because they don't have the material that gives them a conscious experience. And generally what we value in a person isn't just the fact that they're alive, it is the fact that they have a conscious experience. So for instance, like if you have a person who is like brain dead and is never going to wake up again, like you could press a button and this machine says like, oh, we're never going to wake that person, that's never going to, like, they're brain dead, they're never going to wake up again. I would say that person is dead, and it wouldn't be anything, it wouldn't be murdering anyone if you pulled the plug on that person, because yeah, or you wouldn't be ending a person's life because that person's already dead. Do you get the argument?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I was trying to go, but he was trying to, you know.
Yeah, I think
I had a friend that happened to.
I do agree with him on some of his critiques, but I did kind of figure that had to be some kind of misrepresentation. Because
it was a misrepresentation, absolutely, because he was trying to be like, oh, well, does that mean that a person who has Down syndrome, you can do that to? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure a person with Down syndrome does have consciousness and is he said some other disability, but yeah, I just didn't agree with him on it.
I think the only one this could apply to is literally brain dead, where there's actually no brain activity. That actually happened to a friend of mine. Basically, he smoked himself to death with crack, but then he was 24 years old. He smoked himself to death with crack, but before he actually died, he was in the hospital brain dead for like a week or so. And eventually they, I guess, pulled the plug on him and harvested his organs.
If you want a more in-depth argument, I would probably watch the debate between Destiny and these two pro-life women. I feel like he made the arguments pretty well in that debate. You know what I mean?
Destiny is sometimes...
He actually makes good arguments when he's right. When he's right, I agree. I think he makes very good arguments.
He is occasionally, like, surprisingly based. I totally agreed with him when I saw him. He debated about incest, about like the morality of incest. I thought he was completely right. I've made similar arguments. He made them well.
Yeah, when he's right, and I agree with him, I love like hearing him debate people, because he's actually pretty good at debating people. Like, you know, he is a pretty good debater. Like, but
Oh, Dark, I was told that actually, I guess you're confused. KingSithis evidently does not think you can do whatever you want to infants, I guess.
Does not think he can what?
He doesn't think you can do whatever you want with infants.
Obviously, no.
Oh.
You can't do whatever you want.
No, that's fine.
I don't think
but, that's fine. KingSithis, what did you think of that prop guy? I'm just curious on your take. I don't know how much you've interacted with him as like a fellow ANCAP.
Prop? Who?
Yeah.
You're debating with him on stage. It's like
Yeah, remember you had the 2v2 debate?
Debunker propaganda. Yeah, you just said us. Okay, yeah, I mean, I felt like he didn't really help me at all. I kind of felt like I was by myself that whole debate.
He doesn't really know much.
Yeah, like I think he's a nice guy, but he just doesn't really know as much as me. So he kind of like left it to me. I mean, there was some times where he tried to chime in, but then he ended up making it kind of worse because he would like get super emotional and start yelling. And then I had to be like, hey guys, calm down. Guys, like, can you guys calm down? And then it was kind of
I actually agree with this. So this prop guy, I mean, he says he's an ANCAP, okay? So check out, I'm going to give you the rundown on something he's debating coming up soon with a fascist. He has a debate coming up, and he's arguing that Jesus was an ANCAP because he's like a Catholic ANCAP prop. He's like a weird dude. But he's arguing that Jesus was an ANCAP. What do you think about that?
I don't think so.
How do you think that debate's gonna go?
I don't think so because I don't see. Sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, God's gift left. I was just in a discussion about was Jesus a capitalist, more so a capitalist or communist thing. I kind of looked into it some, and the conclusion I was left with was that if we had to pick one, like he doesn't cleanly fit either per se. But if we had to pick one, it would be capitalist leaning. By the way, this is a non-Christian ANCAP speaking. I am. But, okay, so he lived within a paradigm of the use of money. You had private property. You had wage labor. He was not only a participant in the division of labor as a professional carpenter, but he, in all of his messages, he never complained about any of those things. He never disavowed them. In fact, he explicitly acknowledged property rights. He acknowledged use of money. So he was at minimum tolerant of capitalism without protesting it. He was very encouraging of like giving what you have and stuff. He was very encouraging of like voluntary charity and, you know, giving all of your possessions to those in need kind of stuff.
Yeah, he was actually, he talked about it as a mandatory thing. He said, give to those in need and do not demand back when you are taken from, right? Like these are quotes from Luke. I would fundamentally disagree with this. And, you know, I would say, I would go the liberation theology route and say that Jesus quite obviously has a preference for the poor, and he does advocate for like mandatory redistribution of wealth.
I would argue on the mandatory point. If you excluded that word, I would find it less contentious. But Jesus continuously preached nonviolence. I did read the Bible. I never saw him, to my recollection, call for any kind of forced redistribution in terms of human force.
Maybe we could say that the church.
Didn't he what?
Kick the merchants out of the church.
That's not exactly analogous. It wasn't redistributing wealth, but more of they were considered to be corrupt.
No, I wasn't saying that. I was just saying that as like, he didn't really like the merchants. That's my.
Yeah, he also in Matthew.
He did not like the merchants, right? He was very critical of. That would be another thing I would point to, right? But
why do you interrupt?
I mean, I don't. Wait, what? Sorry.
Might have been. I was asking why you interrupted. Might have been me having a delay, but it happens a lot. Go on.
I'm driving too, sorry. So stuff was cutting out for me. But all good. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not that, I don't really care too much about it, to be honest. It's just kind of, I think he's obviously not Catholic, right? And if like being Catholic is a thing that you hold very strong, and you're trying to argue that it's like Catholicism is the ultimate ANCAP, I don't think that follows too well, right? Because even within Catholicism, they believe in like very strict authority to the Pope and whatnot. So but anyways, I got banned from that server after my debate with him today. He just really didn't like it.
Oh, that's lame.
But Sithis, you probably know this. What's your understanding of LTV? Just as much as you like understand like Marxist
Oh boy,
LTV
I
in
was gonna.
particular.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, what?
He
What?
said he asked, "What is your understanding of LTV?" But he didn't specify like which version of LTV he means.
Like
There
Marxist
kind of are
LTV.
different.
Yeah. So essentially, if I'm not mistaken,
Even within
the
that, there are kind of different versions. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say
Not
that
really.
essentially the value of goods and services, or goods, right, are determined by the socially necessary labor that goes into it.
Right. Okay. And you understand this just to be like a description of like even the economy now. That's what Marxists are saying when they say that, right? Like
They're saying like
right?
that's what's going on now. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So Prop was this is how stupid this guy is. He got so mad in the debate. He said, "We're going to debate Marxist economics. I'm defending LTV." He's like,
Mhm.
"All right. So how is this going to inform us on how to he has like his funny Italian accent. It's like, okay, how does this inform us on centralized planning? How do we centralize plan with the LTV? I'm like, well, that's not what it is. He was like, oh, so you're conceding that you need markets for LTV? Like he was
Wait,
literally
what?
dude,
That's definitely
I
not
can't
how
make
I
this
would.
shit up.
That's not how I would attack the LTV. I would probably like,
dude,
if I would say
dude.
like, I don't know. What I would say is be like, I would probably point to things like in the world that aren't easily explained by labor, and then just be like, okay, well, like for instance, like I don't know, like a gold nugget on the ground. I'll be like, then I'll probably ask like, okay, well, how is that valuable, or something like, you know what I'm saying? That's something I would say. I wouldn't say what he says. No, absolutely not.
But you get how like, okay, I just want to put into perspective how like brain dead these people are in here. Okay,
It seemed like he didn't
now,
understand what you were the LTV is what you're trying to say.
There's that, but let me tell you about the other girl in there, Lady Libertarian. Okay, I got her to concede on this point. Okay, I legitimately asked, people were around to hear this. I asked her explicitly. I was like, okay, hypothetically, if there is a system where the only way to survive was to sell your labor to another person, would that system be coercive? And she said yes. And she considers herself an ANCAP.
Well, I wouldn't consider that to be coercive, because so long as you're choosing to work for the other person.
Yeah, no, I know you want it, but she didn't do.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I'm saying that she's wrong for saying that. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm just. But you see, like she declares herself to be an ANCAP. You know what I mean? Like, okay, forget about who's wrong or right. These people are saying they're ANCAPs. Okay, this is all. Like,
you're going to sometimes find an ANCAP who is confused. That's what you have found.
They think they're so smart and so correct. Like, I don't know. You guys are both in that server, I think, right? Steel Mill Tavern, the new one.
I am.
It's fairly common to find
the people in there are nice. You know, they greet me every time I go in. Sorry, what?
You often find ANCAPs who are quite confused. Like, many ANCAPs are confused on the concept of sexual maturity. And like psychological maturity.
Hold on. I'm not even trying to be divisive right now, Rooster. So I'm not even trying to be divisive. I'm trying to. No, you're all good. You're all good.
I had to take a shot just cause. I don't.
No, you're good. You're good. The only thing that was crazy to me, right, was like I'm having a conversation with these people who are supposedly ANCAPs. The more I talk to them, the less ANCAP they sound every like word they speak. But because I think there's like these two people, Mussolina and Prop, they both have like taught everyone ANCAP, like what it is and all that, and neither one of them has read anything or are familiar with anything. So it all just like falls apart, you know?
Okay, dark. Yeah. Look, when you find ANCAPs out in the wild, you can assume that they're not true ANCAPs because they're not me, and I'm the only real ANCAP.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. taxation is theft, and Sithis are like the platonic forms of ANCAP. Like literally, before the world it was created, and long after the world will be gone, they will be floating out there as the ideal incarnation of ANCAP that every other instantiation of ANCAPs can only hope to come close to conforming.
My blood is black and yellow. My sperms have the face of Murray Rothbard.
I think my barracks is a gas leak.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? Now, taxation is theft. I understand everyone thinks like they're correct, whatever. But dude, I've been talking to ANCAPs. I've been debating ANCAPs for years, okay? Like, the fact that I came across these people. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend to go in that server and pretend to be an ANCAP on an alt and just be a much better ANCAP than all of them.
Maybe you could.
That would be funny. That would be a funny idea.
I should point out, by the way, I have encountered many commie equivalents of this, where they're confused in their own premises, and I would be a better communist than them.
Yeah, I've met ANCAPs that said they don't believe in self-ownership. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, but yeah, but the thing is, like, I feel like with communists, people use that term, they throw it out. Like, there's all varieties of communists. You know what I mean?
Sure.
When you're ANCAP, you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm an ANCAP, but I think systems of wage labor are coercive. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I get what you're saying. That is definitely very off from what we would normally believe in.
Wait a minute, devil's advocate a little bit. The word coercive, y'all might be splitting hairs about or interpreting a little differently, because saying something is coercive amongst most ANCAPs means an act of forcible aggression, meaning, you know, a violation of the non-aggression principle, at least a use or threat of physical violence. But some might say coercive for contexts where we're not saying it should be illegal or something, but just that it's a lot of pressure.
He argued it violated the NAP explicitly.
Okay, well then
yeah, that's wrong.
Then
that
totally
doesn't make sense.
Disregard entirely what I just said. Then
there's many ANCAPs like Steven Costello which explicitly say that coercion isn't aggression, and that coercion is good.
Well, it depends on the when we say initiation of force,
what we mean by coercion,
or initiation of a conflict is what we would be against, which would be an aggression.
Yeah, that's not coercion.
Okay, it's kind of like I'll give you an example.
I mean,
let's say you've got a man and a girlfriend, right? And you know, the girlfriend, she very much loves the man, and the man's kind of a dick. And the man says to the girlfriend, who's like totally not in the mood right now, you know, she's sick and stuff. She's been having nausea.
Actually,
and
I can't do rape apology. I gotta leave. I can't do it. No,
there's no rape.
Wait.
You're not.
Finish
That's not what I was doing.
What did I say earlier?
Anyway, the man says to the girl, "Have sex with me right now, or else I'm going to break up with you." Now, by many means,
I can't do it.
Yo, Dark.
Stop
interrupting.
That's annoying.
That's annoying.
Okay, whatever. The word coercive would often be used for this, even though it's not an act of force. It's not an act of violence. Nobody's saying that should be illegal.
I guess they can't handle hearing opposite opinions.
I don't even think this would, like, if they'd heard me out, I don't even think they would disagree with it.
How was this rape apology?
I wasn't saying that this is a good, okay thing to do. I was saying that the word coercive would often be used for something like this, even though in the way ANCAPs usually use the word coercive, it's not like an act of force.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that was rape.
I don't know why they were so uncomfortable.
Yeah. I'm not sure how that... No, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was just saying, I don't know how that was rape apology. That doesn't make sense. You didn't say anything.
I didn't get a chance to finish.
No, they just... Fucking Dark Karl Marx is a fucking...
He's not a really good faith. He's
very
just
bad
sort
faith.
of a boob.
Yeah, very bad.
He's just like kind of a boob.
I wasn't doing any rape apology. I was illustrating. I was using not rape, but like what we would often call coercion in colloquial usage of the term, not in like academic nerd usage of the term, but just in colloquial usage, how we would where we would apply coercive.
What the fuck is this voice chat? Where is it in a server? What is it?
This is we are anarcho-capitalists.
Yeah, but what voice chat is this? It's a server?
Oh, then we are in a Discord called Religion and Politics, and it's called Talk to Anarcho-Capitalists, and people could jump in and talk to us.
Do you not know what Discord about Discord? It's always in a server, right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to me that it's in a server.
What? Isn't it always inherently in a server? We're not in a Facebook
no, I mean
group.
A Discord server. I mean like a Discord community.
How would it not be?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought there was a new feature or something.
Oh, okay. I don't know what are you on a phone or computer?
I'm on a phone right now.
Me too. Okay, so for me, it's been the case for years. If I go to my messages, like the home screen of Discord where it's like my messages, then at the top of that, above all the messages, there's like voice chats. Those are in servers. It just shows me voice chats where like I have a friend in there or something.
I never used the phone before, so. I mean, it is voice chat. I mean,
is that how you Is that how you arrived here? It was just like above your messages. There was. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. We are in a server, and this feature is confusing because it doesn't tell you what server it is, and there's not really a way to find it without asking.
But we are anarcho-capitalists.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, do we know you?
I watched your debate with some guy. I don't remember.
Cool.
And Cap Doggo.
Cool.
What did you debate? Sithis, what did you debate with Doggo about?
No, it wasn't with ANCAP Doggo. It was in his Discord, and I was debating a guy named First Amender about whether or not taxation is theft.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, that rings a bell.
Yeah, you should watch that on your spare time if you want. But basically, like, he was basically making the argument that you can't have a government without. I mean, you can't have property rights without a state because if you don't have a state, you have nobody to protect your property. And then I basically.
Dude, do I really need to? Do I really need to listen to this? I'm literally writing the fucking book on this.
No, but it was fun.
Really?
All right, fair enough.
I mean, debates are fun to watch. I think debates are fun to watch, but I don't know about you. But
sometimes debates are fun to watch unless it's like I've heard and been in this exact same basic debate 10,000 times before.
I don't know. It's up to you.
Have you ever seen do you know who Michael Humer is? He has a really good argument for why taxation is theft. It's so simple, and he lays it out so clearly. You can't even deny it.
Oh, hello,
what is it?
What's
the
up,
argument?
Man?
No, I mean it's simple. It's simple. That's what makes good. It just well, if your stuff is theft is taking stuff without consent. Taxation takes your stuff without consent. But then he has various, thought experiments, right? Prepared thought experiments on why it's theft. And it's just simple, yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's about the same argument I make, but I don't know about the thought experiments. What are the... can I get an example of one?
One is, like, for legal positives, he uses the hermit spear, which, let's say there was, like, a hermit with a spear. He's a hermit because he's, like, out of society, right? He's in the wilderness. Then you go over there and take his spear, and he says that's theft. It's just intuition, right? It's theft. You can't say it's not theft, it's theft. Took his spear. And then that's already against, like, legal positives, so there are natural rights of property. And then he just goes on, he just makes the, like, there's also the mugger, which is, I mean, you already know of it, right?
I actually created my own axiom. Like, well, not my own axiom, but kind of like, I put together a paper on the self-ownership being an axiom the other day, basically.
When you say self-ownership, what do you mean? Like, can you sell yourself?
No, self-ownership just means that you have the right to... ownership just means that you have the right to control or exclude another person from a scarce resource. and your body would fall into that category because it's a scarce resource, and you would have the right to exclude others from it. It doesn't mean that you have the right to sell it.
Can you sell your right to your body?
It would be impossible because you cannot. Like, the only way that you could sell something is if you give up the right to it, but you can't really give up the right to your body while inhabiting it.
The right to your body.
Because you can't separate yourself from your body while you're still alive.
It's physically impossible to separate your living body from the executive dominion of your will.
I mean, yeah, but there's a difference between owning something and possessing something, right? I mean, for sure we possess our body, but do we own it? That's the question.
Yeah.
In order for me to give you ownership of something, I must make it possible for you to control the thing. It would be fraudulent for me to sell you the ability to control that which I cannot guarantee you will be able to control. Something that is bound to my control.
Yeah, you can't give up the right to your body because it's something that is, like, you can't, like I could cut my finger off and give it to another person, but my body is something that I can't detach from myself. I am my body. You are your body.
I mean, if we had mind control, then you could sell your body then.
Yeah, once you've cut something off of your body, then that you can now sell that. Theoretically, I could like cut off my arms and my legs and maybe some of my torso and maybe some of my organs and a lot of my muscle tissue even in my torso. I could eliminate a lot and like still survive and sell you all that stuff.
Yeah,
I won't.
Sense.
I'm not willing to.
You put yourself under anesthesia and sell your body then?
No, you're still alive in your body, so...
If I'm going to wake up, it's not doable.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kill yourself.
The only way you can sell your body is if you die, and then,
Yeah. It's the one thing I could do, the closest thing I could do. All right, me and you enter a contract that says, upon my death, you become the owner of my corpse. That we can perfectly do. And then I kill myself, and now the corpse is yours.
Yeah, makes sense.
But that wouldn't really be slavery because you're dead. So.
Yeah, it's not.
Now I could decline to kill myself though. I would owe you the money back. If I don't kill myself, I would owe you the money back, but you can't actually make me kill myself.
Right, then you'll because of the contracts you lost. You have a liability.
You can exit a contract. Contracts are not, prisons that you can't leave under any circumstance.
Yeah, but you just closet.
You may owe something.
Yeah, you end up being a liability.
That's kind of the workaround for indentured servitude stuff, is that right, I'm allowed to walk away whenever I want, but I owe you it back, and we could include something in the contract that says if I do walk away, now I owe you back, more than the amount that I haven't worked off.
About this, what? The moment Stephen Kinsella wrote up, I didn't read it yet, but when you owe something, then in this case, then you the moment you make any money, you have to, legally speaking, give it back. Yeah,
because that money that you earned would then belong to that person because you've agreed to give it to them.
Yeah. Now, for practical purposes, it might make sense to delineate a percentage in the clause. Something like, 20, if you fail to, live up to the contract and you walk away from the indentured servitude or something, then you might have to set aside 20%, just an arbitrary figure there. 20% of whatever you make after that has to go to the person you owe. That way you still have the 80% to, pay your bills and keep yourself relatively fed and employed and...
Yeah. Literally child support.
God, my baby mama tried to come after me for child support twice. I kicked her ass both times, though. Ooh. I actually, if I'd wanted, I could have got child support from her, but I didn't, for several reasons.
I mean, you have your son, so technically, maybe you could.
Well, I don't have him full time. He goes back and forth.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
How old are you?
I'll be 30 soon.
I'm 29.
Oh.
What? That was a random question. Why are you randomly asking my age?
Why are you going, oh? Like, did
Said
you
you
think
have
we
a
were,
son.
like, younger or something, or?
I have a son. He's 8. I have an 8-year-old son.
I have a 0-year-old son. As in, I have none.
My son is an ANCAP. My son is like the world's youngest ANCAP.
I have
He's
no
8
sons.
years older than me.
He's been saying ANCAP shit since he was like 6.
Oh, dude, this is next level indoctrination. What do you mean?
Be careful.
It's kind of like he's just been in the back seat a lot while I've been like
No, it's
arguing.
Only, it's only okay when you guys do it, but when we do it, oh my god.
I don't sit and tell my son what to believe. He's not shy about disagreeing with me.
I mean,
But
yeah,
he-
he's 8. How is he going to disagree with anything?
No, we've disagreed about some things. Although usually relatively superficial things like, no, I think that one's prettier.
Do you debate about which ice cream flavor is better?
Probably. That's well, not a debate, more just like, the mint chocolate chip all the way.
Whether you like it or
Vanilla. Yeah, because my son always wants just boring, just plain vanilla. That's his ice cream of choice. Just plain
not.
vanilla.
Dude, he's a legend then. He's correct.
Either
Vanilla
that
is the
or-
best.
Or he'll judge his interest in a type of ice cream just based on what color scheme it is.
Yeah, that's what most people do, though.
I judge it by the flavor profile. Lately, I've been on a
By the
pistachio
content of its
kick.
character.
Well, I mean, kinda, yeah. God, so my fiance is in this server with some friends of hers, and some of those friends have some friends who are like these commies. They're like these woke ass commies. And for the last couple of weeks, they've been freaking the fuck out, calling me a racist because a few weeks ago, in a discussion, I said that my son is part Negro. Which
Yo,
he
why-
is.
don't say that, dude, on my live stream.
Are you shitting me? You too? Now you're gonna
can't
act like
say
it's a
that.
fucking slur.
You can't
That's
say
never been
that,
a
bro.
that's
It's
never been a
that
slur.
absolutely is a slur, bro. You can't play
That
around
is
with
not a
shit.
fucking
That's
slur.
not a slur.
Holy shit. That has
It's
never
on
been a
the-
slur.
I don't. In the internet, it is a slur, so I don't care.
It's not a slur. It's like I said African American or something. Oh, is that a slur now too? Hey, wait, everything's a fucking slur now?
No, that's not a
Dude,
slur, but
just
the other
say
word is definitely a
NGRO.
slur.
Just
No,
say
it's not.
NGRO.
It's not a goddamn slur. Fucking Martin Luther King said it. Fucking, it's been used in polite usage
It's not on
for...
the same level.
Yeah, I don't really care. If YouTube says you're not allowed to say it, then you can't say
Okay, language changes over time. Language changes over
YouTube
time.
doesn't say you're not... Show me YouTube saying you can't say that. I would be
I'm
shocked
not
if
gonna,
YouTube said...
I'm not gonna like debate about this. Like, I don't want it on my channel either.
I'm looking this up on ChatGPT.
Okay. Okay. But like, language changes over time. Like, yes, people like Martin Luther King Jr. used it. Yes, abolitionists used it, and they were not using it in a bad way. But again, language changes. I mean, Mark Twain used the N-word, and he didn't necessarily mean it in like a super bad way. And we're not going to go after
Just
him for
generally
that.
can't say shit like
Yeah.
that on YouTube. They're not okay with that.
According to ChatGPT, it's totally YouTube friendly.
Even when
I don't care what ChatGPT says.
Okay.
I'll ask Grok.
Yeah, I don't care
Yeah, I
what
mean-
Grok says. Like, it's
I
my
mean, you can't
YouTube
say
channel.
that.
If I don't want somebody to
Can't say
say
the
it, like,
O
you know,
word.
you can go somewhere
Yeah, that's
else on
fine.
someone
Yeah,
else's
no,
YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
taxation. You got to respect Synthesis property.
I'm not
rights.
I'm not refusing your rule. I'm telling you your rule is unfounded
Yeah,
and
but I
retarded. There's a
literally,
difference.
that's fine. You could think that, but I feel like I told
I will
you this
convince you of it
before.
too. I don't remember talking about that with
I-
you. No, you did for like actual slurs.
I mean,
We talked about like
That
that
is a
with actual
slur,
slurs, and that makes
dude.
sense.
All right.
That's not a slur. Give me any evidence whatsoever that that's ever been a
This
slur.
argument is so shit.
Okay.
Nobody cares. Synthesis, what do you think about fractional reserve banking?
What?
Synthesis, what do you think about fractional reserve banking?
I don't have a problem with it. Why?
It kind of depends on the type. I mean, fractional reserve banking as a concept, I think, is not inherently problematic as long as the customer knows that the bank doesn't have a full reserve. Therefore, it's conceivable that they won't be able to get their money out. As long as that's all fully disclosed, then it's not fraudulent. Now, if you're talking about fractional reserve banking in the context of like central banking, where it equates to substantial quantitative easing, enormous expansion of the money supply, where inflation is affecting people substantially, where it's draining people's savings in effect, and old people who have worked their entire lives now have no nest egg functionally because its value has been drained into oblivion by inflation. That form of fractional reserve banking, I assume Sithis would have a problem with.
If there's initiation of force in the process, then yeah, I wouldn't be okay with it.
Well, central banking, I think, is kind of inseparable from initiation of force. The whole thing, at minimum, is propped up by the tax system.
What you said. Sorry, I was playing World of Warcraft, so I wasn't really...
Private banking is obviously not inherently dependent on the initiation of force, and that would certainly apply to fractional reserve banking.
As long as everyone's okay with
this is one of very few things. This is one of very few things I think Rothbard was wrong about. So Rothbard argued that fractional reserve banking is inherently fraudulent because the customer, is led to believe that they're storing their money in the bank, they're going to be able to get it out. But then what?
Fiat and central banking isn't fraudulent either.
I didn't say that fiat and central banking are fraudulent. I said that they're bad, not based on being fraudulent.
No, they're not bad.
I would argue that they are for several reasons. One of which is that, morally speaking, or I should say ethically speaking, you inherently have an initiation of force involved with central banking and the imposition of fiat currency, both in the form of the tax system that props the whole thing up, and in the form of just things like legal tender laws meant to guarantee the usability of the fiat currency.
Central banking
What's the server?
must have a legal tender and taxation.
My Discord server or the private server that I'm playing on?
I would assume so. At least I've never heard of central banking not dependent on taxation, and for that matter, fiat currency not dependent on taxation. But if you can construct a better example,
dependent on taxation.
Say it again.
Why would fiat currency be dependent on taxation?
The private.
Essentially, retention of the value.
Yeah, so I'm on War Main right now.
That's not where the only value comes from. That's just the baseline.
Isn't
I'm inclined to believe.
Fiat currency or
Look,
no?
I'm inclined to believe that if it were viable for politicians who would like to buy votes and so on, if it were viable for politicians to promise, hey, I'm gonna implement a bill that's we're gonna not tax you anymore. Instead we're just gonna print money for whatever our governmental needs are. If that were viable, I assume they would be doing it just because, they would not face. It would be politically rewarded in terms of popular support for a politician to get up and offer that. The fact that no one offers this, that no politician offers this, leads me to believe that it must not be economically viable for them to.
No, it's just unpopular. Nobody wants to, imagine saying no taxation. People would freak out.
I think people would love that. I mean, if a politician said no taxation, but don't worry, we still have a way to fund these programs and shit that you like, then I think people would love that. When I say no taxation, people do freak out, but they're not freaking out because they want to be taxed specifically. They're freaking out because in my case, I am saying let's not have funding for the public schools. Let's not have funding
people
for the
really
police.
don't understand economics, so they think, oh my god, how is the government going to get money? It's just... And also taxation, it has to do with unequal, you tax the rich, so, to reduce inflation, so other people, people would freak out. Because you tax the rich, so everybody gets less inflation. That's really what people
Well,
What do you mean by
I
fiat?
originally said that part of the point of taxation in a fiat currency system is to maintain the value of the currency.
I mean, legal
So,
tender already does it, right? You don't need taxation. You just need legal tender laws.
but if you have a fiat currency, it's going to be inflationary. And if it's inflationary, then nothing retains the value of the money. Okay, for example, I can open up a store right now and offer up a shirt for sale, and the shirt is worth $20 worth of Bitcoin is the price, or you can give me $10,000 for the shirt. Right? That is, I have a Bitcoin discount. In other words, mandating that people be willing to accept dollars as legal tender, does nothing to affect how much of it they're going to charge. If people don't want dollars, then they're going to have a very high dollar price, and will have a more reasonable price in another currency.
Obligated everything to be fungible in dollars. Like all contracts, they have to be in dollars. Isn't that what it means?
No, it doesn't have to be in dollars. You're perfectly allowed to do business in Bitcoin and salt. I can walk into a store and offer them a chicken, and they give me a stapler in exchange for the chicken. That's perfectly allowed.
Yeah, I agree with you. Taxation is a baseline value.
Legal tender means that they have to be willing to accept dollars. It doesn't mean that I have to be willing to give them dollars, but they do have to be willing to accept dollars if I offer it. Here's the thing. The legal tender laws have no influence on how many dollars they're going to charge. The legal tender law says they have to accept dollars. The legal tender law does not say they have to accept $20. Something that I would give them a little nugget of gold worth, a tiny little speck of gold that's worth $10. They could accept that nugget, or that it could accept $10 million is their dollar price for it. Strongly discouraging dollars.
Makes sense.
Legal tender laws are coercive, but ultimately not actually that effectual in an age when we have alternative currencies that are readily usable. So, I do very much think that fiat currency probably would plunge into hyperinflation very quickly if you didn't have any taxation.
What do you mean by fiat specifically?
When I say fiat currency, I mean currency that is just poofed into existence by a government. It's not backed by anything, such as the dollar or the pound or the euro.
What do you mean by backed? Like, you think it needs to be a commodity? Fiat is non-commodity.
Fiat is non-commodity, exactly. Old school money was commodity money. It used to be that a dollar was redeemable for an amount of gold, and the pound was called the pound sterling. It was redeemable for a pound of sterling silver.
So is Bitcoin fiat?
Bitcoin is not fiat because it is not mandated. It's not a government currency that's imposed on the population. It's just something that it's not backed by some outside thing, if that's what you're asking, but it's also not fiat. So fiat comes from Latin to mean it shall be, or something like that. And it's essentially money by mandate. The private and voluntary nature. Say it again?
By definition, analytically, it needs to be coercive.
Yes, I would say that fiat currency is something being imposed by a government, not something that just arises spontaneously. For example, we would also not call, fucking monopoly money a fiat currency.
Right, but if people use monopoly money, I think it'd be fiat, right?
I would not call it fiat if it's a product of spontaneous order on the market rather than a product of central planning.
Well, how do you define fiat currency?
I would define a fiat. Oh, I just did define. Maybe you're asking Shrek here, or Shrek Eyes.
Oh, me or taxation?
I guess that was just a general question of both of you guys. Like, how are you guys defining it? Because it seems like
I don't know. To me, I define it like a non-commodity currency, like backed by nothing. That's why it's called fiat. Like, let it be. It just has value. Doesn't have any commodity.
I would call that half the equation. The other half of the equation being that it's a product of monetary central planning. That it is, you have a central planner.
That just sounds like a useless addition to the definition.
By the way, I just looked it up just to see, to make sure if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I want to know it. So I just Googled fiat currency. The AI overview says fiat money is government-issued currency not backed by a physical commodity like gold, but by trust in the issuing authority and its legal tender status. So that seems to incorporate both elements that I just described.
Just that most definitions aren't really accounting for non-state currency. Like, people already think of state currency as the only possible thing. But that makes sense.
Below
I
that,
think
the
central
overview
banking would arise from non-coercively too.
Central banking?
Yeah.
How would such a monopoly privileged position be obtained non-coercively?
I mean, currency is an economy of scale, right? So eventually you'd have, like, at least regional monopolies mandated by central banks, which in this case would be more similar to commercial banks.
Region and geography are less and less relevant in economics. More and more, our economic dealings are spread out across the entire world. I've hired a programmer and
structurally, right? So you have like connections. Like let's imagine digitally, you have all these connections, these clusters. I'm saying that there might be a cluster monopoly of currency. Not monopoly, right? It's not coercive, but there's it's the only one currency accepted in a cluster.
Okay, currently, all right. I'm going to draw up a parallel in the real world right now. So right now there are a bunch of cryptocurrencies. There's thousands of them. Now, there's not thousands of them in common usage. There are maybe 20 of them in common usage, depending on how we define common anyway. One of the original OG uses of cryptocurrency was darknet markets. You want to get yourself some LSD, some ketamine, some magic mushrooms or something. Not to worry, you don't have to know a guy. You could just go on the darknet, go on Drug Hub or something, and order yourself some drugs to your house. Now, different darknet markets and different vendors on the darknet markets will take different cryptocurrencies. Some markets, like Drug Hub, will only deal in Monero, whereas other historical markets like, Empire Market and Agora Market, Alpha Bay, Abraxas Market, and so on, they'll let vendors choose whatever coins that they want to accept. It could be Bitcoin, it could be Monero, Dogecoin, whatever. Now, why? If economy of scale economics extends all the way to the point of full-blown monopoly when it comes to currency, then why do we not see that a trend in that direction even, let alone completion of it? Why do we not even seem to see a trend in that direction in the real-world private currency markets that exist?
We do, though. Like, the dollar completely dominates.
That's not a private trade. Notice the instance that I just described was private currencies. I was talking about how darknet markets use lots of different cryptocurrencies. We don't see a particular cryptocurrency emerging as like the sole cryptocurrency being used by drug dealers on the darknet. In fact, we see the opposite. We see more.
Depends on what the focus of the currency is. Is it store of value? Is it privacy? That's why you have these competing currencies on the darknet. But when you have
you have different coins competing for the same niche. For example, one time I bought $20,000 worth of Pirate Chain, which is an obscure coin no one's heard of, that is trying to compete with Monero. Monero is kind of the gold standard privacy coin. It uses stealth addresses and ring signatures. It's a solid system. Pirate Chain uses somewhat different technology. It's like ZK Snarks, somewhat like Zcash, but much more private. And basically competing for the same niche, except Pirate Chain is deflationary. It's like Bitcoin, 21 million supply cap, whereas Monero is a diminishing inflation
you want
rate.
a real answer.
First try, bitches.
I think the real world. I mean, not on the dark web
I'm
or
calling
whatever.
bullshit on that $20,000.
People rely a lot more on credit and banks and deposits and IOUs and that stuff. So, really, in the real world, the dominating currency would be actual banks having credit and giving you credit and trading credit. It wouldn't be like a cryptocurrency, which may or may not have value tomorrow if everyone decides to. If everyone thinks like, do you actually envision a world where people trade in a deflation, supposedly deflationary currency, which is losing value 20% every year? That's not what people would do.
Wait, what do you think deflationary means?
I mean deflationary as in like cryptocurrency. People mean it. Not all of them are deflationary, of course, but
yeah. But what do you mean losing value 20% every year?
Some cryptocurrencies, like there's a pretty big cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin, for example. It's not doing good.
If you zoom out and look at Bitcoin, it practically looks like a staircase.
Deflation means that the price is,
propagative.
The value of it is going up over time, not going down.
That's not technically what deflationary means. That's a trend you tend to see with things that are deflationary. But what deflationary actually means, deflationary means.
Personally, I don't have a problem with the gold standard as long as it's not enforced by the state. We just have a problem with the state, really. If private banks want to do that, we don't have a problem with that.
That's what I meant by deflationary. I meant there's like a cap on how much. Most cryptocurrencies have a cap on how much there will be in the economy. Like the cap on quantity. Monero is inflationary, if I'm not mistaken, but Bitcoin, no.
So Monero has a diminishing inflation rate. It has a fixed number of units that can be added to the supply every year, which means that every year, as a percentage of the overall supply increase, the inflation is lower and lower and lower.
But there's a fixed rate per year.
Yes, that's what a diminishing inflation rate is. Dogecoin has the same thing. Let me double check before I just go guessing and get it wrong. I'm going to double check how many Monero coins can be mined per year.
But anyways, I don't think it's too relevant. We're talking about like monopoly and economies of scale and currency. I mean the dominating currency would probably be an IOU of a bank, because banks with credit and debit, of course, they're trustworthy. People trust them. So their IOUs will be valuable. People will probably trade credit from a bank instead of some currency, which is literally just a internet protocol dependent on a lot of stuff. So people would end up trusting, the institution more than they trust some digital protocol that you don't even know the other users. Yeah, anonymity isn't good. It's bad, actually. Anonymity.
What do you mean good and bad? It depends on for what. And I wanted to say a moment ago, by the way, you yourself gave a very strong reason, unwittingly, I think. You gave a very strong reason why...
Not bad. Not bad. Keep up the great work, brother. Got lost Proto Drake today. Isn't that in the newest World of Warcraft? We do not play retail here, okay? We play classic. Not classic. Private servers. Whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
Say it again?
I'm just saying, but the issue is when people want, like in a cluster, in a group, in a community, want a specific currency.
I haven't really gotten that far in the game yet, so I haven't earned it. I actually haven't even gotten to endgame yet, so I'm working on it. I don't even know what to do at endgame, I'll be honest with you, so, I'm at level 75.
currency for some united reason by definition, right? So it will
I
be a
just looked it up, by the way. I'm sorry, I
These are all
was
dungeon
doing two
quests,
things
huh?
at once. Can I? I'm going to ask
look.
to repeat what you said in a sec, but real
All we
quick,
need is
it's
2 more damage.
157,788
No
according to
judgment
Google. That's how many
Keep on keeping
Monero
on.
tokens can be mined and added to the circulating.
Nah, but I don't judge people who play retail. Like, if you like retail, play it. Like, play whatever you like. It's up to you, you know? Personally, I just don't like Blizzard right now because they shut down Turtle WoW, so I'm playing on this.
By definition, these clusters will be monopolies of currency. I don't mean monopoly.
How are they monopolies if there's more than one of them? How are they monopoly? A monopoly means there's only one.
I mean, like regional monopolies, right? You agree there's such a thing, right?
But even within a given region, there's many different use cases for many different kinds of currency. There's different applications. For example,
in a cluster,
within the same region, within the same region, two things always going on within the same region, pretty much, is you have mortgages, right? You have lending for people that want to buy a home, and they're getting mortgages, right? So that's one use case. And then a totally separate use case, you have wages being paid. Now, I think that it's bad economics to have the same currency that you're using to lend out for mortgages be also the money people are getting paid their wages in. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it needs to be, right? It needs to be. If you're lending out to businesses, they're going to pay their wages in the currency they're being lended in. By definition,
they can always transfer as they want, but you don't want your mortgage contract to be a currency that is going to be a very different value in 20 years when the mortgage is still being paid. Even whether it's much higher or much lower, you need to make sure that the lendees are going to be able to pay it, that it's going to be possible, and you also need to know that it's still going to be worth something. You don't want you would never want to do like a mortgage in Bitcoin. That would be a disaster. On the other hand, it makes, I think, perfect sense to pay your employees in Bitcoin. Now, a business can, as needed, change its currency for things like expenditures right now, right? If I got employees to pay, I can, and I've actually done this before, swap currencies in order to pay my employees in a different currency than I had my money in. But if I'm doing a mortgage contract that's a 15-year or a 30-year mortgage, I can't at will as needed when the money shifts just change the mortgage contract unilaterally. Right, so you have very different time horizons for different money uses, and this is going to be true in the same geographic regions, as well as within the same markets and ancillary markets to those markets. You're going to have different needs for money.
Yeah, makes sense.
So based on that, I think that you're not likely to land at a monopoly currency simply because unless you have government force, even then it's a tall order. But simply because there's going to be different demands for different kinds of currencies that no one currency could satisfy all of those demands. Just because the demands are mutually exclusive kinds of things. Some things you want a deflationary, very value retentive currency that will be worth more and more. Some things you don't want that. And it can't be both. Say it again?
Like a nominal GDP. Some things you want like a nominal GDP, right? To track GDP and stuff.
Some things you want stability, and then some things you want long-term appreciation. We could construct a million use cases for either one of those things. But you can't have a currency that's both of those things.
Makes sense, yeah. Yeah, probably not a monopoly. Yeah, that won't happen, I think. Because there are competing uses.
I very much respect your intellectual honesty.
Yeah, look at this
guy.
I
mean, this isn't really a contentious topic to me.
I mean, contentious, and we were just bickering about it a little bit, but at least that's how I interpret contentious to mean, just that people don't agree on something. But it seems like we kind of reached some agreement there.
No, I mean contentious as in like I'm sure, right?
It's okay. Yeah, fair enough. That's reasonable. I respect the hell
like
out of
it's not
humility.
something
You know.
I base a lot of principles on, right? Like there's some opinions
Sure.
which are contentious, like taxation is theft. That's contentious.
You have skin in the game. Ooh, I'll talk about that one all day.
Hell yeah.
I got skin in the game on that one, sure. I mean, that's my name.
You agree, though.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so we don't have to argue about that one.
Yeah. We already agree. That's the issue. Looking for something we don't agree on.
I think child labor laws are a disaster and should be abolished.
Yeah, me too.
We need to legalize
all right.
prostitution.
Legalize discrimination of every kind of discrimination should be legal, no matter how horrible.
Yeah, I agree too. This isn't like this is libertarianism 101.
I'm just saying things that people tend to disagree with. Belle Delphine is incredibly attractive.
No, she's pretty fit.
She's all right.
Dude, we gotta get Doggo in here.
Doggo's gonna
he'll
freak
get
out.
personally offended if you literally.
No, like she's not even like a super attractive model. She's like, she just does like a sort of cosplay thing. I don't really know what her deal is. She's very 2019.
She looks the same as she did then. I mean, she changes her hair, but she doesn't age.
She's very not real looking. She doesn't really look real, like a real person.
She does to me. I've seen plenty of girls that look like fakey Instagram model, caked in makeup. And she just doesn't look like that to me. She looks like a real girl with eyelash. Hey, there's her face. Good timing, Doggo.
Hey.
I assume that's Doggo.
We were just
arguing about the attractiveness of Belle Delphine.
Oh yeah. Fun.
That looks like a real girl with light makeup. It looks like a very, very attractive, pretty girl who's got a reasonable amount of makeup
Belle
on.
Delphine is a very good-looking woman.
Reasonable amount of makeup? Like that's reasonable to you?
Yes, like it doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't look caked in makeup. She doesn't look like that's not really what her face looks like.
Well, most of her photos are definitely like way too much makeup.
She's got. She looks like I agree that there are some photos of her I've seen where it's like that's too much makeup. I don't like a bunch of makeup on a girl. I don't like the Instagram model look generally. I like girls that look real. To me, Belle Delphine in most of her images, including the one that we see here on Fog Froggy. When did that come to pass? Including that image, she looks. She registers as a real girl.
What image? What are you talking about? What image?
My profile picture.
What brings you here?
Fog Froggy's profile picture.
Oh, yeah, she looks.
You know, we have pictures. Yeah, she looks real and 10 out of 10.
But
yeah, she looks good.
But what about click on his profile? What about the animation? The GIF. What about the GIF? Does that look real? No, it does not.
She's just got eyeliner on and like a filter.
Yeah,
she's wet.
She looks like she's got eyeliner.
Goddess, watch over you.
She's soaked in gasoline, so that's probably going to change it up a bit.
She's soaked in gasoline?
It's
teleport to dungeon. There we go.
I hope it's not gasoline. I don't want her to be responsible. God, I feel like paternal toward Belle Delphine.
I don't know where this like ANCAP Doggo Belle Delphine defending thing came from. It's so 6 years ago. It's like 2019 memes. But I forgot she even existed since like ANCAP Doggo mentioned her. Who is
bring
like
her back.
Bring her back, really? Gooning became for cringe since then. Gooning was cool then, but it's not cool now.
It's very cool now.
Gotta stop gooning, bro.
Cool.
No, stop
It's like
Goody.
the twin
What's the argument for that?
What the
Can you
meat?
give me like
What
a
the meat is
syllogism
mean?
algorithm input for that?
It's TikTok. Okay, 1. P1, TikTok, memes, and finds it funny. P2, TikTok is cringe. Conclusion, don't goon.
Okay, right. So I can just like pause it. I'm gonna give you like reduction out of them, right? So like P1, TikTok thinks rape is bad. P2, TikTok is cringe. Conclusion, rape is good. Is that like
Yes,
valid?
of course.
Right. So what if I
Wow.
just posit that with the negation of your current position, right?
Yeah, but TikTok finds raping.
I don't know what TikTok's view is on your position though. But if we could indeed establish that TikTok agreed with you on this specific position, right? Would that view
All
that
my
your
positions.
position is false?
All my positions.
Any
are
of your
anti-TikTok.
positions.
All of them.
Right.
All of them are not TikTok. All of
Right,
my
right.
positions are anti-TikTok.
Right, so if we could like
So-
establish like any form of like empirical evidence that there was a view that you agreed on, that TikTok also agreed on, that means that you would have to immediately renounce it, and then also renounce any views that would correspond to that view.
So yeah, you're supposed to point out one of my views. It's not my responsibility to give
Yeah,
you
I
all
know.
of my views
I don't know
and
your
show
views.
which
This
one.
is problematic.
It's not problematic. It's conservative.
This is deeply problematic.
Conservative.
I don't know TikTok's views on fractional reserve banking. This is problematic.
TikTok
What do you think about
fractional
fractional reserve banking?
cringe. They think it's fraud. So like,
I don't think TikTok
I
is
wouldn't.
I think everyone on TikTok are like dirty Hayekians.
no, TikTok is like mostly like Rothbardians and shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, TikTok is like Liquid Zulu and Incap Doggo. It's not. That's like
That's not right. I think like most people on TikTok have not read an ounce of theory, so they just think fractional reserve is fine. as long as they
Never
agree to it,
watch
bro.
that guy and Cap Doggo. Trust.
no, most of them don't even know what
No,
fractional
I'm
reserve
just kidding. I'm
banking
his
is.
biggest fan.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Really?
no, they don't, right? It's like, if you talk to most, like, so-called Rothbardians, they obviously have never read Rothbard and just kind of like, well, as long as it's voluntary, it's fine. That's, like, obviously the issue with, like, ANCAPs not reading, which is true, they don't. But honestly, I don't think most people read, most ideologists, I don't think, like, most Marxists, like, read Marx, probably. Well,
I don't know.
many
You
who are,
think
like,
most
completely
Marxists
illiterate.
read Marx? Do you actually think most Marxists read Marx?
No,
Yeah,
that was my
No, I'm just
point.
Oh, yeah.
My point was that they don't read Marx, right? And like most ANCAPs don't read theory either. Like I think most people on the internet are like illiterate, probably.
I mean, I've never read a book.
Oh,
Reading
right.
books is kind of stupid.
True. What if I could find like a causal link from that view and like a book? Like that view
What?
actually comes from someone like that wrote that in the book. That view that like reading is bad, right? That view, that like, or any idea that would like go towards that view, that actually comes from a book. So that like
I wouldn't know what to say
something.
because I've never read a book, so it doesn't matter to me
that's
who
genius.
or what.
Holy shit, that tied here.
Oh, Strick, are you like an ANCAP?
Yeah, I don't read books.
Who's this person? Why was he immediately muted?
Why was he muted?
He's annoying.
She
trust me.
apparently. Apparently, it's a woman that spoke. It's a woman that spoke.
I'm skeptical of that.
I mean, I can unmute. You guys could talk to her if you want to. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Sure.
I've spoken to Pop before.
You have?
No.
I do not remember.
We talked for like 2 hours about the NIP.
Oh wait, that's you. Oh yeah, you're cool.
Oh. I think Sithis thinks I'm like a subversive person though.
Why
No,
would
I
you
just
be
think that
subversive?
sometimes you could be a bit mad much
And condescending.
and a little condescending sometimes, but that's fine,
And
I mean, I don't
passive-aggressive,
dislike you. I think you're all right. I just find you be annoying.
I don't trust anybody that has that many Discord achievements.
How many do I have?
You have 6.
I dislike them with a passion.
Me too.
Your profile. Yeah, KingSithis.
I mean, I don't
I could have had the
but
early
I just
Nitro, which
don't
is like
really.
$20.
I find them to be very annoying.
But I like was lazy.
I don't really hate anyone, but I do find people to be distant or annoying.
Yeah,
I try
I
to
mean,
avoid them.
But this
Or
account's
just
like,
not like them that much.
You asked me if I was an
Whatever,
ANCAP.
I guess.
Yes, I am.
It's like a line where I try to avoid people.
That's cool.
Because I feel like talking to
Who's
them isn't
Grim?
even worth it.
Who is this Grim person? You come from Ren.
Can I take this?
What the fuck is Ren?
It's a two-handed sword. Oh, that's actually
Ren
pretty
is a
good.
Roblox Discord server that also plays Valorant and Rust.
Hell yeah! Look at that.
Yeah. Cool.
Sure, guys, what's the... Are you a new ANCAP? Like, did Sithis convert you?
No, it wasn't Sithis. It was...
I don't think I've converted anyone.
Really? Why not? What?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not good at my job.
I think Steven Kinsella converted you.
I converted a couple.
Is he a YouTuber?
Oh, who?
Steven?
No, Stefan
Yeah.
Kinsella is a ANCAP book writer. He's really, really good. And he makes a lot of good books on theory and pretty much everything that you need to know on ANCAP, you could pretty much
$2
get from
Like a
his
lawyer, a contract lawyer.
one
American.
yeah, his one book,
Louisiana.
Legal Foundations of a Free Society. I feel like that book is like phew, really, really good. That's like a damn good book. If you want to like understand like ANCAP. Like
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
Get this.
Mhm.
If you were on like a speed run to convert one person to ANCAP, how long? Like, what would your strategy be?
Property, right?
I mean,
Just
I would
said-
just try to talk
say
to them.
property?
Really, just try to tell them what I believe in, and you know, just try to convince them.
But that's
from
what you've been doing for like a long time, right?
What are you trying to say? I'm not doing a good job or something?
You said it yourself. You're not doing.
I mean,
a good
maybe
job.
I'm not. I don't know.
Gotcha.
What would you do, bro? Like, what's your
What?
strategy?
Me?
What is your
Um,
strategy?
or
Like speed
copy.
run, convert someone, or is it no, you don't care?
Just like see what their critiques are, and then try to see if like either like they're retarded and I don't want them here, or like they're not problems that we can fix.
Okay, you're both
Usually,
wrong?
Yeah, you gotta kind of assess some
usually
people.
what I do.
Yeah.
What I do is like most people. I don't know. You need some common ground, right? Most people would say federal laws are worse than state laws, and then you just induce, right? You keep
No, this
doing
is
that
not meta. No. The actual speed
until
run
you
is actually-
get abilities, and then maybe you also do like property shit, like taxation is theft. That's not hard to convince someone. It's not really hard to say taxation is theft. It's not that difficult.
It's not that hard to convince people taxation is theft, but taxation is bad is a separate proposition.
Yeah, that's a separate problem, but you just establishing that it's theft, that's really easy.
Yeah. Convincing people of like argumentation ethics and you know, self-ownership
doesn't
act, stuff,
happen.
all that. It's not always easy.
Yeah, you just like don't convince people of argumentation ethic. That just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, argumentation ethics is dubious as fuck. Its premises are like very strong. You need a lot of premises, like a lot of them. It's not that.
I love argumentation ethics.
Does argumentation ethics
Sure, but-
apply to ChatGPT conversations?
No.
Sure, but I think estoppel
Why
in
not?
general has weaker premises and stronger conclusions, like a dialogical estoppel.
Wait, is it?
Yeah.
Isn't the argument
I like dialogical estoppel too, personally.
Yeah, it has weaker premises and stronger conclusions. It's much better.
Wait, what
I
is
like
that?
both
Can-
of them.
can you run it?
I like
Run it,
both
run it.
AE
It
and
basically says you
dialogical
can't
estoppel.
justify something you can't justify an action you have contradicted in the past. It's really intuitive, like it's intuitionist.
Yeah, you
right?
kind of have to like to get the best like version of it, you would have to read the one chapter from his book, well, the dialogical estoppel set chapter from his book, Libertarian.
Just like read
What was the
chapter
book called
9,
again?
Legal Foundation over Free Society. It's
There
chapter
you go.
9 that he goes over Gestapo.
I'm about to turn that chapter into a YouTube video soon.
I mean, it relies a bit on the universalization principle, but it's pretty good.
I don't think it relies on it.
It does a bit. You rely on like principalization, like.
I think
rely on
I think Kinsella relies on it more than he thinks he needs to.
Yeah. You have like principles that are supposed or presupposed. And that's obviously like cause, right? So like that's universalization. Like principles. Like political justification principle, that's the universalization, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, like you can say they're universal, but like tying them to Kant is weird.
I mean,
you can't say any universal principle is Kantian.
No, I'm not saying
got a
that.
motorcycle.
I'm not.
I don't know, it's not really like kind of implying it.
No, but the concept of universalization came from Kant, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. I mean, you can say came from Kant, but I still wouldn't say it's like inherently Kantian. Same with like a transcendental argument. Like maybe it's like a structure, it's like Kantian. But its argument isn't like necessarily. It doesn't like rely on like Kantian epistemology. Like that.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Is like this libertarian? Sorry, is ANCAP more like continental or analytic philosophy?
Mostly analytic these days. I mean, obviously, right? It's focused on American and on America.
And what's like the core proposition
Of libertarianism.
of ANCAP?
That there are natural laws and property is, and it's pretty much almost a lot of it is reducible to property, or all of it.
Don't initiate conflict.
Yeah, that's the but the conflict depends on like the elaboration of natural law and property. That's like the core thesis of libertarianism.
This seems continental.
Not every branch. I would reject
Seems
like,
continental.
conflict presupposes property.
How is it continental though? That's
The fact that you like can't like clear propositional content.
I'm giving you like the core thesis. I'm not going to give you all the.
I think like don't cause conflict is like just the thesis.
The premise is, just what do you mean analytical continental? Like, just because I didn't give you the clear premises, it's not it's continental. It's not what it means. Well, you can check, right? Like most libertarians are going to be American or British or whatever, and if they're doing philosophy, they're doing like analytic, probably. And they're in opposition to Marxists, so they're like going to be really analytic. They're going to focus on the analytic tradition.
Is ANCAP a moral theory?
It can be. It's a political theory.
No, ANCAP is a legal theory.
Yeah. Some would say legal theory is a subset of moral theory. So it's not strictly a moral theory.
Ethics.
Yeah, it's not strictly a moral theory, but it is a political theory.
Is there any meta-ethical commitment involved?
Depends. Right? I don't think all of them would exempt it. Like some would say that the law is intrinsic. It doesn't depend on a meta-ethical framework.
There's like too much like disagreement within the movement to like just like easily answer.
Yeah, there's no meta-ethical.
Sounds pretty continental to me, gamer.
We all hate each other. This is like it's problematic.
Okay.
I mean, they're Kantian, they're Kantian libertarians. They're rough, like there's a lot of different people. Some wouldn't even fit into neither because they're retarded, like objectivists. They're retarded. They aren't analytic or continental. They're just retarded. So like some of them don't fit into either.
Yeah, I just don't do continental philosophy, so I just couldn't be me.
I'm playing World of Warcraft on a private server because I'm a true ANCAP. Not the official servers, but on a pirated private server.
Cool. So do you still think libertarianism is like continental? Hats 105. Like Michael Humer is like he's a libertarian. Is he a continental?
He's not an ANCAP, is he?
He is an ANCAP. Is he continental?
Has he written about it? Like I actually like
Michael
read
Humer
it.
is
Yeah, he has an entire book.
On ANCAP?
Yeah.
What's it called? This is actually the most compelling argument you've made today.
The problem of political authority.
Yeah. So he's like continental Michael Humer. Like, famous continental.
This is the best
philosopher.
argument you. This is like the strongest argument I've ever heard for ANCAP, actually.
That's
Michael Humer is an ANCAP. It's the best
that Michael
argument.
Humer is ANCAP. That's the
It's the
best
strongest argument any ANCAP's ever given on Discord.
Big Humer fan?
No, but every time an ANCAP like lists like on Discord like one of their big influences, it's always like a YouTuber, and I'm like, oh.
I mean,
Maybe.
yeah, most people on Discord are retarded. What did you expect? Do you want like every socialist also to like give you their specific interpretation of Marx and Hegel? They're not going to do that. They're going to say, well, I watched this TikTok and tax the rich. That's what they're going to say.
Yeah, and I don't take them seriously.
Exactly.
I always like when I ask like, what is personal property? And that just doesn't make sense.
Their differentiation of private and personal, it doesn't.
I was like, so if I have like a garden in my backyard and I sell to my neighbors, is that personal or private? And I've never gotten a good answer.
Well, they say if it generates profit, it's private property. That's
But
just their
like
definition
all
of private property.
personal property generates
Is
profit.
it private at the point of sale?
You should watch
or is
my
it-
YouTube video on the labor theory of value. I break it down.
It all comes down to labor theory of value. It's so dumb. Like labor LVT. It's
Yeah, like obviously the
Like,
personal
well,
private distinction presupposes LTV.
yeah, it's true.
Got you.
Oh, sure, it's LTV, not LVT. LVT is land value tax.
LTV.
Land value tax is like the most base tax. Yeah, if you have to have a tax, it's LVT. Pretty based.
Why not DCBO?
What?
Why not DCBO?
What is that?
Destination-based cash flow tax.
You are Indian, bro. We don't talk to you. Sorry.
I'm Indian.
No, the guy who just talked.
Me?
Yeah, you're obviously Indian, bro.
What the hell are you?
Oh.
I'm Pakistani, yeah.
You're
Sir,
worse.
I am
Do I sound
Pakistani,
Indian?
sir. Please do not redeem, sir. I am Muslim, Sad. I am
Oh.
Muslim.
Bro, it's good that they are Muslim. If they would be not Muslim, it would be dirty like in India, scammers like
Oh,
in...
it's not dirty. it's like clean.
Muslims are also dirty.
Are you an
if
ANCAP
you-
Bennett?
If
The Muslim Indians are
Wait,
like
guys,
dirty.
what does this have to do with ANCAP?
Well, India
don't
is
know.
like anti-ANCAP, right? But Muslims are based in trad.
Thank you.
Muslims are
They're pretty
ANCAP though?
retarded sometimes.
How?
Like, there's this one Muslim guy that in this Discord server, which like, he keeps trying to convince people of that Allah and whatever, the prophets of God or whatever. He doesn't sound very convincing.
Don't take examples of the internet, bro. Go outside and talk with people and then say, oh, they are weird, they are normal, they are this and that.
Are you on Discord right now, Bennett?
Yes, I am on the server, but if I meet a Christian and he's like weird, I know that in real life he wouldn't talk to me like this. He would be more respectful. Internet is two different things.
Bennett, are you an ANCAP? I heard Muslims are ANCAPs. Is that true?
To be
No,
honest,
no
I don't know-
Muslim.
I don't know what this is, man. NCAP.
There is no such thing as a Muslim ANCAP. If Muslims were ANCAP, then they'd win. Like Muslims would win everything.
Well, Muslims are not very
No,
political.
they would lose. They would still lose because they keep having sex with their cousins.
True.
That's high
No,
too, though.
it's with little
Wayne.
girls. My cousin.
Wait,
they
that's
still
high too,
mutilate like their children's genital
I mean, I'm not saying there's aggression going on. I'm just saying that it's not really good, and it's not good for you.
I mean, is
It's
it
not
though?
good for you
You
to
like
do with your
concentrate
cousin?
well. That might be good. Like,
Right, what's the
in
argument
short
that
term.
incest is bad, Sithis?
Right? That's what I want to hear.
Well, I mean, it's not an aggression, but I would say it definitely.
Yeah, but why is it immoral?
But I would say you're definitely like fucking your future generations up a bit because you're having.
I mean, not too much, right?
Because people who inbreed a lot, they
Wait,
end
hold
up
on.
having a lot of issues, man.
Do you think it's immoral for women over 40 to have children?
No, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I don't know.
I would
Right.
no, not more.
Yeah, so like obviously like chances of like disability and stuff like that from like incest and like cousin relations is basically the same when it comes to like first or second cousins as like if you're.
Oh, well,
above
then
a
I would
certain
probably
age,
say,
like
hey,
40.
you should probably take it easy. You know what I mean?
Is gay
No,
incest?
is it really that same?
Yeah,
like,
what
is
about
it really
gay?
the same?
What about what about gay incest, or what about if they're like?
No, I don't. There's no
kids?
aggression. There's no aggression.
No one's asking about aggression. Why is this immoral?
I'm not saying it's immoral. I just think it's kind of fucked.
Is that a moral
Just
claim?
so disgusting, right?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know.
I would say it's definitely really fucked, and you probably shouldn't do it.
I think the internet discourse,
Well,
like,
because you end up like
exaggerates.
really, if you do it a lot, like family generation wise, you end up
What
like
if they
really.
can't have kids?
Oh well, then it don't matter.
Okay.
We do what a lot.
It's just like the for me, it's just like the generational situation where like if you have multiple generations within the family, your future descendants end up having like all these fucked up diseases and shit. And I think that's kind of fucked.
Do what a lot? What are you talking about?
Do incest?
Incest?
Yeah.
Oh, incest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a Habsburg chin. It is possible, but in certain areas in the country, in the U.S. even, you got a town. It's like 300 population. Everybody's related anyway. What are you gonna do?
I mean, yeah, but like second
Probably
cousin,
move.
first cousin, first
I
cousin
don't know what to
removed
tell you,
isn't
like,
too bad.
Fucking move. That's
No,
nasty.
in the end, it cannot be so bad if almost every Western country is legalized to marry your cousin, even.
Oh, because the law says it's okay. That makes it good. You know.
They got no choice.
Wait, Bennett, have
I
you
don't know,
ever
Arkansas,
dated a
Louisiana,
cousin? Or
West
no?
Hey, KingSithis, bro. Natural law says incest is good.
No,
I'm not saying.
European,
Well, natural law doesn't say it's good. Natural law doesn't say anything is good. All it says that is you. It's
No,
not
it says here. No, it says here. Chapter 46 of the Ethics of Liberty. Incest is good. And that's just the entire chapter.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think he's saying it's good.
It's
I think
the
it's just
DLC.
not aggression.
It's the DLC. I just made it up. Yeah.
I don't think so, bro.
You modded
Bro,
it?
chapter 58, it says raping is good. That means natural law. Raping is good.
I don't think that's true, bro. I don't think that's true, bro. Now that shit, bro.
What the hell?
That's on
Chapter
another
4,
level,
the ethics
bro.
of liberty. It says you should rape your children. What the fuck?
What
Dude,
says
NCAP
that?
is
Where is
in the
that written?
Where the fuck
Yeah,
is
the
that
ethics
written?
of liberty.
I've never read. I
Hey,
never
I
read
think
the
Dago
Ethics of
wrote about
Liberty.
that.
Yeah.
Wait, Liberty? Is that a book named Liberty?
Notification of the USS Liberty.
It's a book by Murray Rothbard called The Ethics of Liberty,
The
1982.
Ethics
That
of
has
Liberty.
30 chapters, and it's like goaded.
Oh, I have to check it
Yeah,
out.
it's the best book in the
Never read it.
second to the libertarian ethics book.
The libertarian.
KingSithis, when are
ethics
you
book.
writing your first book?
I don't need to do that. I have a YouTube channel.
True. Like, books are for, like, nobody's gonna read books anymore.
Yeah. Just watch my YouTube.
TLDR book. You gotta, if it's a book, you gotta make it
Wouldn't
like
you-
5-10 pages. That's my plan. But it's not
Maybe
even
like
a book,
reach a
it's-
broader audience. Like maybe not a book, maybe like a Google Doc. If you thought of making a Google Doc.
I have a
I
few.
mean,
Google
yeah,
Doc- well,
usually you
there's
only publish
scripts.
books nowadays
I write
after you have, like,
scripts,
a full
but
article.
I write them for my
What
YouTube.
about like a manifesto? Are you ever consider writing a manifesto?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, like an article, though. You'd write an article.
Oh, like a blog, yeah.
My YouTube videos. Those are my. That's where I express my
But,
opinions.
like, articles are better than YouTube videos. Come on, dude.
You
Well,
could just
then,
like
I don't
release
know
the
what you
script
want me
if
to
you
do,
wanted.
dude. I could just release the script.
Like release the file.
If you're too incapable of
Release the
watching a
file.
YouTube video, that's on you, man.
Speaking of libertarian.
I mean, watching YouTube videos is really boring after a while. Like, you
Well, then
get tired
don't watch
of
it. I don't care.
You have Down syndrome.
It's not my problem.
What would be different about the world if ANCAP was false?
What?
Not a lot.
That's not good.
What'd you
That's
say?
even worse.
If
What would be
ANCAP
different
was
about the world
false,
if ANCAP were false?
Would the world be different if ANCAP was false?
What if anything would be different about the world if ANCAP were false? Yeah.
it just ANCAP is like a normative. It's a normative ideology, so nothing about the
It would
world.
be a normative claim,
as it
right?
is.
So, like, they said like any physical structure that changes.
Like,
You're not a moral realist.
Are you a moral realist, Hatsuno 5?
No.
Are you a cognitivist?
No.
So wait, what? You're a realist non-cognitivist?
So.
That makes
Just saying things.
yeah. He doesn't. You don't know what that means.
I think he meant to ask, what if ANCAP is the wrong thing to do? Is there right and wrong in the ANCAP? I'm trying to figure out.
No, that's not what he's asking. He's like making a really shitty like argument, like, oh, if the world was ANCAP
Well, in the
was
sense
false,
that
that's
like
what it's saying.
Sithis says like ANCAP is the truth. I don't exactly know what he means by that. It's like a peculiar semantics, but
It
like
just means that the
it's,
proposition causing conflict
Or
is
true.
bad would be false.
right, but like in the sense that he says it's true, if that sense were like negated, I'm just not sure like what would be different about.
Yeah, like
the
physically
world.
nothing happens in regards to like normative claims. Right?
What's the argument for that? Well, actually, I don't. Hold on.
What are you claiming?
How would the
In
world
what
be
sense is
different if red didn't exist? I mean,
In
like
what
if
sense is
the
it, when it gets up, it says like ANCAP is like the truth. Like, in what sense is he saying that?
He's saying the proposition "don't cause conflict" is true.
like would the world be different if red didn't exist? It wouldn't, right? Like if
It
red.
would.
No, if the color red, you know the color red.
Yeah.
Imagine if all red was just like actually green. Like it all turned into green now. Would the world be any different?
If you mean like a huge shift, like as a whole.
If we found out what we currently consider red, it actually wasn't red after all. Like, would anything change?
Then really, it'd still be the same thing. But I looked into ANCAP, so in this theory, there'd be no public parks because it'll be private parks.
Yeah,
so
true.
you'd have to ask. So you'd have to ask the private owner every time, "Hey, yo, can I play
No.
here?" How would that work?
Yeah.
Make it
No,
public
you just
or
have
something?
public doesn't mean state, right? You can have a public park that is privately owned.
Oh, privately. Oh, okay. So only nice people would let you play in their yard. Okay, nice. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. You only imagine you have like a gated community, right? You could have a little park in there, which people need to follow some rules established by a private entity instead of a public, coercive, violent entity that is a state.
I mean, I think HOAs aren't state. They can be really tyrannical. Oh.
Yeah, they can be.
Worse
than they can be. Sometimes, but at least you can choose to live in one, right? You don't choose to
move out in HOA. You know, it can become an issue. You know, the the tyrants, dictators of HOA.
Yeah, true. And CAP doesn't fix all problems. Just just identifies one of them.
Well, I'm just thinking in the ANCAP world, the HOA, the mob would have the power, like to go against. If he was a tyrant, then we'd have more power to people because there was no government interference. The anarchy part.
Oh, the anarchy part just means no state. It doesn't really have anything to do with lawlessness or...
Well, yeah, I know, but like because of no state, there can be lawlessness by the dictating HOA leader, being a bad guy, trying to be a Discord mod in a neighborhood. Oof. So the Discordians of the neighborhood can rebel, and they have more power to do so since the state ain't gonna protect the tyrannical HOA leader head president.
You know, it depends, right? It's just saying like ANCAPs usually have some system of property, and then they see who is justified in this scenario.
The HOA leader could have a bunch of security, so then the people, unless they got enough resources, enough like firepower on their own, because I just see a civil war. The HOAs all over the place.
Yeah, there would be conflicts, and they'd probably view as all, you know, it's violence.
Yeah. Neighborhood regulation.
Yeah, but NCAPs have a system of law which they say isn't necessary to be posited by a state. So we can see what is right and wrong in politics without any need for a state.
Yeah.
I mean, how does the state prevent any of this, right? Like, what is special? What is the special property of the state which resolves conflicts? What is its special property?
Oh yeah, they bought people out in the courts.
I mean, why do you need a state for that, right?
Yeah, because I see what you're saying, because in DC, there's this little teenager dude with an extensive record. He ended up murdering dude, and he gets like, 30-something months? Like,
Yeah,
yo,
that's retarded. Why is the state special in saying this?
Well, I'm saying is that this kid should have got punished way worse. But if someone wants to take vigilante justice, they might get punished for worse than...
Yeah. There's a monopoly on power, on violence. I mean, a monopoly on violence. It's pretty shit. Cool.
This kid, not only extensive record, part of the extensive record, aside from murdering another like 15-year-old teenager, was he escaped jail in freaking Pennsylvania, stole a car from Pennsylvania, and drove back. Some real GTA stuff. And he gets slapped in a couple years.
Are you really a young Earth creationist?
Oh yeah. I ain't see. It says Old Earth and Young Earth, so I ain't dogmatic about it. No, I ain't dogmatic about it because God ain't gonna quiz you when you send for him about how about science. You don't have to be a scientist to be a Christian. I'm dogmatic.
What's your opinion on Legoland?
On what?
Wygoran.
Legoland? What's that?
No, Wygoran.
Can you spell it out for me? What is this thing?
Never mind.
Never mind. What?
It sounded you said leg around.
You're in a...
What are you saying?
Nothing.
哦，那个人是不是就他哪个人？对，哦，OK，是不是？你跟我说，
Is that Mandarin?
He's a no, he's a no.
哦，那个人，那个人。OK，what person are you talking about? 我是左手边的，我是黄色。
Do you know any Japanese as well, or just Mandarin?
No, I'm gonna try to.
Unfortunate.
I never did.
You
I
Chinese?
didn't get anime. Yeah, I didn't get anime too much growing up. It's surprising to see nowadays all these.
Anime is like pretty shit, actually. There's not a single good anime. There are no.
But
good
it's so
anime.
much popular. See, when all the good animes were out, nobody was watching it. It was not on Adult Swim. The black kids around me were ashamed of it. You know, they would shame others for watching it. Yet go.
Yeah, I miss the good animes.
Self-hate.
Like there were such good animes before. Like
Boy, isn't there like propaganda anime? Like, why can't there be an ANCAP anime? Or is there?
there is. It's just AI generated. There are like 20 AI generated because NCAPs can't make art.
Like, what would an ANCAP anime look like? Like, what would make the anime ANCAP?
It'd probably be like a shitty flop isekai.
Wait, you're not
Like, he
allowed
goes
to make
back
art?
into feudal land, and instead of giving them modern day whatever, he creates an ANCAP paradise.
Yeah. It'd be a slop isekai. That's what the NCAP anime would be.
Are
Would
you
he have
not
a
allowed to
harem,
make
or
art?
is that unrelated?
What?
Are you allowed to make art as an ANCAP?
Of course.
Is it
No.
just
No,
because
you're
they're
not.
not?
It's illegal
Art's not
and
real.
Of
immoral
course
to
you can
art.
make art. What would make you think not?
Well, it's because
No.
he was saying ANCAPs can't make art. I thought it was saying they're not allowed to. I guess
I'm saying
Shrek is
they're
saying
bad
that
at it.
they're bad. Okay, generally speaking.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
just saying they're bad at it.
Okay, I see what you're saying
Not
now.
that they
Generally
can't.
speaking, they're bad at it.
I'm just rage baiting the NCAPs in here.
Are
Doesn't seem to
harems
be good.
compatible with ANCAP ideology, or no?
Oh yeah.
What'd you
Why
say?
would not? Why not?
Are harems compatible with ANCAP stuff?
It's anarchy. You can anything. You can do any drug, right?
Yeah.
It's anarchy. Yeah.
Would Aisha be permissible under the prevailing ANCAP view, or no?
What's Aisha? I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
She's like a historical figure.
No.
9-year-old.
Would Islam be compatible with NCAP? No. Not in that case. Islam isn't compatible.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna about to call it a night. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fly over because, like the idiot that I am, I set my thing to the Hellfire Peninsula, but I really should have set it to Stormwind. Luckily, I have what you call it, one of these birds, griffins. Yeah, they were getting annoying. All of those stupid questions.
Gotta hit the mute button a little more often.
Yeah, I was finishing up anyways.
Oh, makes sense.
And I was playing video games. I'm more like focused on the game that I'm playing.
Fair. I mean, I was spending a lot of the time in question doing my quotations for the article, which I'm still working on, and still will be working on for probably a long time. But yeah, I'm having a friend edit it though, which is good. I'm getting to that stage. But yeah, I was doing some serious expanding. I've made some serious progress on it today, or I guess it's still gradual progress. By no means is it most of it, but you know, got some decent stuff, more than I would expect per day. But you know, yeah, and I probably will add a little bit more progress as time goes on, which I'm happy about. Yeah, I heard you mention that you liked Stefan Kinstella's Estoppel
Yeah, I do.
theory.
I like all of his work, honestly. Well, most of it. Oh my god. Yeah, I like most of Stefan's stuff. Especially as like,
I've read a lot.
Foundations for a Free
I've read
Society.
that. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I was
Yeah,
gonna
I've
say
read a lot of it.
especially that book.
Yeah, I've read a lot of Kinstella's stuff, but like on like libertarian ethics and so on, law and so on. But yeah, it's just it's kind of like it's interesting stuff. Kinstella's whole how do I put this? The Estoppel is an interesting theory. I might write a Substack about it at some point. Again, a long time in the future. I think I've said I might write Substacks on. Man. But yeah, it would be I don't know. I mean, the whole objection that Kinsella addresses, that like, what's it called? That you could change your mind. I don't think his response to that is adequate. That objection is adequate. Like he just points out, well, the person could, the judge or what have you, could say that they changed their mind later to get out of punishment. It's like, and therefore there wouldn't be any problem for them. It's like, well, yeah, that doesn't really change. That would be true, but like that doesn't necessarily like change anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't actually address the question like whether it's like appropriate to, whether it's just or appropriate to like punish the person, or whether or not like it's consistent to object to being subjected to it, even if on the grounds that you change your mind. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like a weak rebuttal. It doesn't actually like it's not even a moral objection. It's a very pragmatic objection. It's a bit like if someone like if like if you endorse the view that like, you know, determinism is true and therefore we aren't responsible for our actions, and you were like saying, well, and the judge said, and like the colonel's making that case in front of a judge, and the judge said, well, I was predetermined to sentence you. It's like that might be like, you know, kind of utilizing their own argument against them to a certain degree, but like it also doesn't really like necessarily make it's really an argument for like the fact that their actions are ethical, just they're not like blameworthy for doing it either. And that would also mean that like someone who like attacked the judge could then also, you know, say they weren't what's it called, that they aren't responsible because they were determined to attack the judge in revenge. And similarly here, they could, if the judge or the victim says that, you know, they're not a stop because, you know, they changed their mind. So they shouldn't be punished. They change their mind. And then the person who decides to punish them anyway could say they changed their mind. That would actually just collapse the argument rather than actually like prove the NAP. So that's kind of like what it has been a little bit since I've read it, but like that's what I remember, and I just don't think it works. Also, I would suggest that Estoppel might actually prove a lot worse than proportionality, but that's a whole other topic. Because the broad, like more like the deeper norm you're endorsing would not necessarily respect proportionality. So I'm not sure if you commit aggression, I'm not sure if that you actually could even like say there's like a limit for it. I'd have to develop out more in detail. That's why I kind of like am not so sure about estoppel as a theory.
Mm-hmm. I get that. What's your name? Ratify, right? Other person in the room.
What's up?
What's your name?
Why?
What's your Discord name? I don't know how to speak Chinese.
You can just call them Chinese letters. What's up?
Alright, do you want a link to the book that we're talking about?
Sure. Do you pirate it?
It's free you can get it for free.
No.
On his YouTube channel. Not his YouTube channel.
Kinsella does
his website.
not believe in copyright.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in copyright.
Yeah, Kinsella doesn't believe in copyright. He made it free for everyone. Even though I'm not a huge fan of copyright, I do make a lot of effort to follow it. So I'm only reading it because it's legal to read. But yeah. That said, if someone who didn't believe in copyright copyrighted their own work, I'd be really tempted to pirate it. Come on, what principle do you have?
Is that why the other libertarian dude said that like you guys are bad at art? Because all the artists are like icked out by the lack of copyright, or I don't know.
I don't know. Either. I'm not an ANCAP, by the way, but
Wait, really?
Correct. I am not an ANCAP. I have a lot of similar views in some areas. No. Classical liberal.
Yo, Stefan Catella used to have hair?
Hard to imagine.
Where is the book? I'm trying to find it.
I can get it if you want. I have it up on my computer. I'll put it in the chat.
Why aren't you an ANCAP, Mr. Paley?
That's a rather complicated question, but I mean, I don't think it's possible, at least under current circumstances, to short a reason. And I also don't think the NAP is absolute. But so that would be that's a very shortened version of it. But yeah, there in the chat, I put the link for you.
Got you.
I unfortunately can't really tag you because your name's in a different language that doesn't have same alphabet as mine. So.
If you check your messages, I DM'd it to you too.
Okay.
Just read whatever chapter is most relevant to you, to whatever you think is, and you could,
I got it.
Whatever you think is most relevant to you.
Have you read this book?
Sorry, the copy isn't.
It's
all
a great
500
book.
pages.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
I haven't read every single page of it, but I've read a large percentage of it.
Yeah, most of it.
To read it.
It takes about like almost like 50 hours to listen to the whole time.
There's like an audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
I turned it
voicing
into
the
an audiobook.
What I gave you was not an
and then
audiobook.
I turned it into an audiobook and I listened to it.
Why not?
Yeah, I can tell you, mine is not an audio. What I gave you is not an audio.
I didn't give you an audiobook. I gave you the
you.
PDF too. I have a chapter of the book in my YouTube channel that you can listen to. Just the Estoppel section chapter.
Wait, so now that I'm like a new libertarian ANCAP Chad because I've opened the book,
No, you gotta read it. Then you could call yourself that.
Have you ever talked to like a Jehovah's Witness?
No,
Oh my gosh, yes.
not
They
really.
always do like.
Actually, I got along with the Jehovah's Witnesses in my college really
The
well.
graphics are
But
really great for
but
a
I shouldn't
talk
have reacted.
expansion.
But I got along
How
with
did you
one
do
in
that?
my college really well, actually. But what was
You
your
ever
question?
talked to like one of the evangelists? They're always
Oh,
like,
I got some mods
Wait,
downloaded. Yeah, basically. You just go on Warmain. Just look up Warmain. Warmain HD graphics mod, something like that. Let me see. It's like an HD client. Pretty sure it's this one. Yeah. No, not this one. Oh, here it is. I think. No, that's not it. Where is it? Nah. HD texture mods? There we go. Ultimate Wrath of the Lich King graphics boost. There we go. You'll have to look this up. It's called the Ultimate Wrath of the Lich King graphics boost. Right here. You open this up. It'll give you the download links. Bunch of different patches.
Oh, okay, nice, I love it. Thanks for the info. I just looked it up online. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. Once you get, you could choose if you want specific parts of it. You know what I mean? So yeah. So definitely look through it and pick which one you want. Personally, I stuck with the graphics and the environment, but I kept the models the same. And the armor, I updated the armor graphics too. This makes it look way better. Everything just plays way better. And the graphics are really beautiful. And it doesn't run that bad. Also, you can have the updated graphical characters to make them look like the current, more current.
The quality is really good, that's all you need.
Find something? Farewell.
And that's all that matters, yeah. It's all about the quality. It's kind of like dead right now because it's late at nighttime. This is kind of like the off time of the server. But at peak time, it's like always at like peak, like full. Everybody's like, it's always full.
I hope you find something useful.
What is that? Symbol of Kings? That's always useful. Anyways, guys, have a good night. I'm heading off. Hope you guys have a beautiful night. Hope you had fun.